Hi, this is Judith Reidy at the Creative Zone. I am so excited that I'm here today. Actually, I'm pre-recording this, and you're going to be seeing it on Thursday, which is today. And I am camping, and I just thought, I've never done this before, so I'm pre-recording it, and it's going to happen, and you're going to get to hear it. So here I am, and at the Creative Zone, and I am going to be sharing on YouTube at Judith Reidy Creative Zone, and on Facebook at Judith Reidy Creative Zone and Judith Reidy Visual Artist. So you can see me all those places, and I've been going through the process of solving a problem with an image that has so much stuff going on, and yet I'll talk to you about it. I've been doing now I think I've done 2 demos on this subject, and we're still working on the project, and that's where we're at. But first I'm going to talk to you about my process, and it begins with 4 steps. The first step is my idea, and in this case I had a commission, or not technically a commission. I was asked to paint this house. And so I started walking around, and I started a painting with it, but I was not real thrilled with it, and it just the light changed, and it wasn't what I wanted. So I came back another day, and the light was changed again. And so finally, when I had to leave, I found the light was right, but so I could only take these photographs. So I have the photographs, and they're better than what I had before, but there's still a lot of problems. So we're going to be talking about those problems, and that was my idea, is this scene, but still having some problems with a lot of little areas all over. So I have to simplify. So that's what I'm doing in step 2, and while I'm painting in this case. I did some drawings, I did some underpainting, and then I mixed my colors in step 3, and then we're doing our painting. So sometimes it's not all real neat, as you'll see here, but it's turning out. I'm really pleased with how it's going right now, and at the end of today you're going to see the direction and how I simplified, which sometimes simplification is elegant and beautiful. So let me show you again a little closer this image. As you can see, it has this nice beautiful golden building with the creamy brick, but then it's got all the spots and light in the dark of the tree, and it's basically covering up the building. I love the foreground with the dappled light. I love it, and you know how that sets off, but still the building itself, and it's so spotty, and I've got to work on how can I simplify this? How can I make this just really give that contrast of the glow of the building and the dark foreground in front. We're going to work on that today, and we have a solution. And so that's what we started last in demo number 2, and this is demo number 3. So this is the one where you're going to see how I'm beginning to resolve the conflict, because sometimes you have to remove some of the values to give the big picture. And you're going to see how I do that here. Now we're going to begin with the image. We're going to start at the beginning here. Here we go. Well, as you can see, we have all these little spots, and I'm working on the spots, and I got away from it when I was done. I had spots in the sky and spots here and spots there. And your eye is too scattered, and you don't have a clear statement of what's going on. And so basically we have to make a decision. Are we going to keep these, or are we going to simplify them? And I thought the simplest way to begin that simplification process was by doing working on where can I put I did want to indicate the lightness, some of this lightness, and I was very interested in that. And I decided I wanted to make those shutters lighter because they were almost the same value as the trees in the foreground that were to be indicated by the darker area. So I'm working on that right now, and I'm testing that particular value. And as you can see, it's lighter, but it's not quite what it's better, but I don't know if it's still giving the glow that I'm looking at and looking for to capture. And so I'm going to change it and get the overall look. It's closer to what I want, but it still does not really set off the glow, because part of it is not matching the value, it's getting the comparative values right. Okay, we've got a little out of focus there for a second. We'll have to get that back in focus. So let's move up a little bit and see if we went back into the grays. Okay. I'm looking at how I can change that and make it a lighter value. I want to put it into this region and use that light value because I really want the... So we mix that and we're going to try it again. And so we're testing that value. Now that, you're going to say, well, that's not the color of the shutters. But if you want to get the sense of really intense light that was going on there, you have to sometimes exaggerate and move those values closer together. And so that's the feeling I'm going for. And the other thing that happens when something is in bright light is in close together, sometimes the light washes out some of the neighboring darks, especially if they're tiny. And you can see the areas underneath the shutters, and the sill is pretty dark. And I'm thinking that that is going to need to change as well. I do like how this is turning out much better than what I had before. So let's see if we can move ahead a little bit. We're going to get some lighter values, and we're going to go into I want them to match that lighter gray. I'm even going to go a little lighter. Part of it is the whole painting had all kinds of little spots in it, and it really needed an area of intense value, of similar light, and to make that stand out, and also to make the dark seem darker and the light seem lighter. And I'm giving the sensation of that. So let's see if I can move up ahead a little bit. And now we're working a little bit more on that foreground. And I think now I'm going to even lighten some of the because one of the things you'll notice is that sometimes those lighter values, now don't you see the glow now? You can really see the glow of that, and we're going to lighten that a little bit. And we're going to lighten that above there. And that's even going to make that sill seem and that whole wall is just going to start glowing. And really, I also reduce the amount of spottiness that the area had. And it's going to make that house seem even more lovely and more so I'm working on those values to get those just right. And now the contrast of the dappled light area with that glowing even seems stronger, and you really get a sense of the invitation of the light. And we're cleaning up the edges of the shutters, changing some of the shadows a little bit to make them a little more interesting. And I'm pretty excited about that. So I really feel that making that lighter was a good decision, and I'm glad that I did it. So you see how simple that was? I changed the value. Now, technically, there's a sense in which that shutters, they were darker. But I'm trying to give, first of all, compositionally, a light area that's glowing in the light will not take the dark as well. It will seem that, and it made that light area stand out and makes it a simpler vision to look at, and it makes it much more restful, and it makes it the house even more inviting. So that was part of my goal there. And so I'm really glad. Now I think the next thing I need to think about is how do I really want to structure how do I really want to structure the shape of the tree and all the branches and the leaves? Do I want all that spottiness, or do I want to make some larger areas? How do I want to do that? And then, of course, I've got the branches on the side. And so that is going to be part of the design of what we're going to work on. But I know I have a solution now, and I'm very excited about it. So also, I want to talk to all of you who are in my Color Foundation course to let you know that I have a new unit for you, Unit 3. It's all about Unit 3 is at the conclusion of all the mixing we do in Units 1 and 2. And so Unit 3, you have all these flowers, and I even have more that I'm showing here. And we're going to be working with the values and then mixing colors to match those values, and even sometimes changing the hue and using the same values and seeing how we can structure a different painting with just a change in hue but keeping the values. It's a great skill. I know you'll like it. It's going to help you a lot. So that's for you in Color Foundations. But for you, those of you who haven't done Color Foundations and are just starting out, 7 essential simple tricks to mix color is my wonderful course for you to give you the basics of color mixing. You're going to get the 6 primary colors that you need, a warm and cool of each of the 3 primaries really, and you'll learn about how to mix tints, tones, and shades, and how to use complements to desaturate your intense colors. And you'll understand why you can't get that purple that you want with the certain blue and the certain red. You're going to understand what blue to select and what red to select if you want to make a perfect purple, or if a glowing purple. And if you don't want it glowing, how you can reduce its intensity. And also I'll be talking about color vibration in this course. And so you can watch it on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop or desktop anytime. And so it's such a great value, and I want you to know that you can get it for only $7. And check on the link below and you'll really like it. I know it's going to really help you. And remember that we try to do demos every Tuesday and Thursday. It's tougher during the summer because I get so tempted to go outside and to be out there and to paint or draw or just swim or do everything, because in my part of the country, it gets pretty cold in winter and pretty dreary. So this is the time of the year to enjoy the outdoors for me anyway. So anyway, come back again. I hope to see you again on a Tuesday or Thursday. And if you're not catching this today, on Thursday, if it's not a Thursday, you might be seeing it on Friday. So take care and have a great time painting. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a remark, a question. See you again. Judith Reidy at The Creative Zone.